And this is where the heart of excellence comes from. The heart of excellence comes from understanding that whatever you are doing, you are not doing it for man, you are doing it for God. And God knows how to reward his people. Amen? Okay, so what is excellence? We're going to move a bit fast because I have a lot of slides. Excellence is basically the quality of being outstanding or extremely good. Outstanding, that means stand out, or extremely good. The basic word here means you go beyond. You go beyond. You go beyond. To excel means you exceed expectations. You go beyond expectations. So if somebody tells you, give me 5 things, just because you are an excellent person, you bring 7. And then the guy says, I only ask for 5. He says, yes, I know. But just in case you have 2 people you still want to care about, this is extra 2. And the guy looks at you and marks you. That person is excellent. They ask you to clean something. You clean it. You know, when we were growing up, my mother, I can tell you this, my mother has an excellent spirit. My mother. My dad maybe not as much, but my mother. Because my mother on Saturday morning, I don't know whether you know terrazzo floor. Terrazzo. Have you ever cleaned terrazzo before? It is one of the hardest floors to clean. It's so hard to clean. It's not like tile, it's not like marble. It's very hard. And my mother will make us clean all the terrazzo in our house. Then she will come around and say it's not shining enough. We start again. That there has to be a shine. I don't know, the thing didn't shine. Then after we finish terrazzo, my mother will take us to the brass things in the house and we'll do brasso. And we'll brasso it. And then she will come and she will say, I can't see my face in the brasso yet, so clean it again. Young boys, on Saturday morning, at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, we have not eaten breakfast. 11 o'clock, we have not eaten breakfast. We're still shining things in the house. Window, we will shine window, shine everything. By 12, we still haven't finished. After we have now done all that, we now say, carry your uniform, your school uniform, all your clothes, and go and wash. So by the time we're eating breakfast on Saturday morning, sometimes it's around 2 o'clock. I'm telling you, our eyes was almost popped out. You know how young people can be hungry? I don't know. You know, young people, we can be very hungry. Very hungry. We'll be having headache. My mom will say, shine. But you know, I didn't know that she was helping us. Because later on in life, I began to see that these things actually make a difference. When people give you a job to do, you do it more than they anticipated, more than they expected. Don't ever do any job or return any job to the person the same way that they ask you. Always give them something extra. Always. I remember some of you will look at a guy like Steve Jobs, like Apple, all right? He had one attitude that they don't always talk about it. But if you study him very well and you read his books, you will see there. He never stopped where everybody stopped. He always looked for that extra thing. Something extra. So there was one day when he brought out the small iPod mini, the small one. So he was presenting it to people and telling them that this is going to be the latest thing. It's going to revolutionize how you listen to music and all that. And everybody was listening to him. And then he said, after I told him all the benefits of it, he was wearing jeans. He normally wears jeans and t-shirts. So, you know, most of our jeans has a small pocket here. He said it's the only equipment you have that can fit in that pocket. It was actually designed for that pocket. Listen, I know that was not true, but it made so much of an impact. He said, have you ever wondered why they made that pocket? It is for the iPod. No, but everybody left that place thinking, actually, it's useful. That pocket now is it's a useless pocket. We don't do anything with it. Coins. Amen? So tell your neighbor, go beyond the expected. Go beyond the expected. If they give you an essay to write better than they expected you to write. That's excellent quality. Teachers sometimes they will argue who is the best student in our school. Who is the best student? And you know what they always look at is the person who always goes the extra mile. That person who does more than everybody else. Not just brilliant, but they know that this person has an attitude that is always, they're going to always deliver. They're going to always deliver. And they will deliver beyond what you expect. So, Daniel he does POPs and walls and everything. So the guy gives you a contract and says, I want it done in 7 days. You know what you can do? If you finish it in 5 days or 6 days, deliver early and tell the guy 5 days, come and inspect. And I'll give you 1 more day to correct anything you see there. But you won't see anything. But if you see anything, I'll correct. On the 6th day, you deliver. 7 days, you are not even there the 7th day. I'm telling you, I can guarantee you the next time he's going to call you. Because in Nigeria, it is the cases that people always extend. If you say 7 days, they will come back on 6th day and say, okay, I'm going to need 4 more days. Okay, I'm going to need 4 more days. And that 4 more days is no guarantee that they will not be there for the next 3 weeks. You got me? Everybody can be excellent. Everybody can be excellent. Everybody. It's not rocket science. It is just an attitude of the heart. Okay. So, God our Father is excellent. All right? Let's just read one verse there. In Psalm 8 verse 1 it says, O Lord our God, how excellent or majestic or glorious is your name in all the earth. You have set your glory above the heavens, on the heavens. If you look at the creation of God, you will see excellence there. You will see excellence. I mean, me, I'm a nature lover. So I like plants, I like animals, I like things like that. Sometimes when I look at the flowers, I see the intricacy of God's work on a flower. I mean, I don't know, if you come to my house, you will see flowers. I like flowers. I sometimes just sit down there and just marvel at the intricacy of the design. And I'm thinking a flower that is here today and is thrown away tomorrow, God will take so much effort to make it so nice. Why? Because God is into beauty. God is into aesthetics. God is into color. So if you see someone that likes to dress well, it is not always because they are vain. Sometimes it's an excellent spirit that is in them that is coming out. So it's not always about vanity. Sometimes people like to be neat. It's not about vanity. Yeah, some people is vanity, but it's not everybody that is vanity. An excellent God wants an excellent people. God is not wishy-washy. So we shun all forms of mediocrity and sloppiness and give God the very best we have. Excellence is in our blood. I'm telling you. As you are sitting down there, if you are not excellent, you are in trouble. God made you excellent. Do you know that? In fact, the writer of the Psalm says, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Because everything that is inside of you that is working by the excellence of God. Imagine if God didn't create you excellently. He gave you, your stomach doesn't function well. Your heart doesn't beat properly. Your central nervous system is defunct. Your digestive system is not working. Or is halfway there. And something is hanging out of you somewhere, and something is hanging out of you somewhere where it shouldn't be hanging, you will look like an ugly thing. But when God made us, He made us perfect. Can we not just emulate God? God is an excellent God. I want you to get that straight. And God does not like things that are not excellent. He doesn't like it. You can see that he looked at Abel's offering as more excellent. God does not like shoddiness. Do you know why I'm preaching this message? Because God came to me. I was telling Goke and a few of the leaders, God came, God spoke to me. And He said to me, Charles, enough. Enough of mediocrity. Enough of allowing rubbish around you. God knows who I am. And He knows my quality, and He knows what I can do. He knows where I have been. He knows what He has trained me to do. But I have definitely lowered my standards in Nigeria. I know that for a fact. And I'm accepting responsibility for where the church is. But I can tell you, God has told me we cannot afford to have this anymore. He said it is hindering what I want to do. So, because we're ministering in Jakonde, must we become Jakonde? No, let's ask ourselves the question. If we become Jakonde, can we change Jakonde? No. We have to set a standard. We have to raise the game. And to be honest with you, I dropped the game because I thought to myself, they may not understand, they may not like it. Let us make it, somewhere where they can fit in. No! God says stop it. Because you are dumbing down. You are telling them they can't rise. God told me, raise the standard, raise it high. Let anybody who wants to come, let them come there. Don't lower your standard, because you are not doing it for man, you are doing it for me. And God is an excellent God. God is an excellent God. Everything about God is excellent. And I want us to get this straight before we even go further. God does not like shoddiness. God does not like sloppiness. God does not like lateness. God does not like all those things. God doesn't like them. He does not like them. I am not saying that he will kill you if you do it, but I can tell you he will not be pleased with you. He's not pleased with anything that is not excellent. If you read the qualities of what God is looking for in a leader, you will see that he's looking for excellence. Excellence. God wants excellence. I'm going to tell your neighbor, God wants excellence. And from now on, say it, I better make up my mind, I'm going to give him excellence. And I can tell you, if you are in this church, from now on, me and you are going to have a wrestling match over excellence. I am never going to accept anything that is shoddy anymore. I'm not. I am not. I am not. Because God spoke to me. And it was shocking what he showed me. I cannot go into details. It was shocking what he showed me. And I said to myself, Lord, I tried to make excuses. And he said, no, don't make excuses. You understand what I'm talking about. Just get on with it. And I said, okay, Lord, I've heard. If you notice, every teaching I've done on BDC, I've PowerPointed every single one of them. There's no teaching. In ADC, I come with paper. And I teach from paper. Everything is PowerPointed. And I'm going to even go multimedia. I'm going to go all kinds of things. If you can't cope, okay. But I'm telling you, that's where we are. That's where we're going. I'm not going to stop and lower the standard just because some people are going to complain. No. I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it for him. I'm doing it for him. I want to be able to, when we come into church, we smell heavenly air. I'm not joking. No smells. Everything is neat. Everything is tidy. See that kind of rug? My God. This rug we have here. It's because, I'm not joking. I will never, ever have allowed that. It's just because I decided, let me not complain about everything. I complain too much. Everything is complain. So don't stop complaining. But God said, no, you are lowering the standards. You are lowering the standards. There are many things I want to bring to you that I can't bring to you because of what you are doing now. There are many people I want to bring to you. I can't bring them to you because of what you are doing now. You are hindering the work. That's what he told me. You need to get up and raise the standard. Okay, quickly. 3 things excellent people know. 3 things they know. 1, they know their limitation and are not too proud to ask for help. They boast in their weaknesses. They do not try to cover it up. Nigerians don't like to say they can't do something. And that is a sign of somebody who's not excellent. An excellent person will tell you, I can't do that. I don't know how to do that. If your car breaks down on Third Milan Bridge, even if it's a Rolls Royce, some guys are going to come and tell you they can fix it. And they will even tell you how to, Yes, they will tell you they did one yesterday. That I should be now overheating. Yeah. Meanwhile, they don't even know where anything is in the car. And by the time they finish, they would have messed up your car. The other day, a mechanic came to my house to fix my Mercedes. And I said to the guy, he said, he came to fix something else, just to do my key. So, he now told me that the seat that I have a problem with, he wants to fix it. So I thought, okay, this guy is coming from Mercedes-Benz, so let him fix the car. So the guy went in, and I noticed the way he didn't even know where things were. I asked him, I said, bro, have you ever done this seat before? He said, no. I said, so why do you want to use my car to experiment? He said, is it not a seat? I said, no, it's not a seat like that. Please stop. I don't need you to talk back. And I had to stop him. But this is typical Nigeria. Let me tell you something. There is nothing wrong in saying I don't know in Nigeria. Please say it. I don't know. And if you say you don't know, you have opened yourself up to learn something new. Instead of taking on something you can't do and then mess it all up. Excellent people know that excellence is not a destination, it is a journey. They are always pursuing it. They are always pursuing it. When they finish something, they say, how can I make it better? How can I make it better? How can I make it better? Ask yourself, ask that question. Say, how can I make it better? That's a question that excellent people always ask themselves. How can I make it better? They know that things can be improved. That's another quality of excellent people. Number 3 is they know excellence is both a skill and an attitude. Why is it a skill? Because when you do it regularly, you get used to it. But an attitude is something that comes from your heart. An attitude, if you have a bad attitude, nobody can change you. If you have a bad attitude, you will always produce something bad. Everything to do with what you produce is coming from your attitude. So your attitude has to be right. Your attitude has to be right. Okay. Sorry. And then lastly, they know the power of love. Excellent people know the power of love. They are motivated by love. If you love something, you do it well. If you love someone, you treat them well. If you love your car, you will look after your car. You know, I don't want to go into all this morning. Let me move on. I'm going to give you 7 habits of excellent people. 7 habits. So, you know, we only have 15 minutes, and one of them is talking about timing, so I'm going to finish on time. Number 1. Excellent people, they finish whatever they start. When an excellent people takes on a job, they will finish it. How many abandoned projects are in Nigeria? There are so many abandoned projects. Abandoned. Excellent people don't abandon things. We will finish. Jesus said, my food is to do the will of him who sent me and to finish his work. Imagine if you go to the hospital and you are going for a surgery and the doctor opens your belly up and cuts out something from your belly and then decides that I'm done and leaves you there. That's what some of you do with your work. You don't finish. Samson, where is Samson? Samson came here on Thursday, to put something in my bag. And he didn't close the bag. So when I carried the bag, everything fell out of the bag. And I told him, that is not... Hey, can I hear you? That is not... It's very simple, but it illustrates the point. Very simple, but it illustrates the point. And I know he will never do it again. Because I've even spoken about it in public now, before everybody. We can't play with excellence. We can't. Number 2, excellent people have a habit of not making excuses. They don't make excuses. And excellent people, if he says, I'm going to do something, they will not come back and tell you, oh, you know, something is wrong. It's one person who didn't do something where is this, and they start blaming people. Excuses. Why are you late? It's because of transport. Why are you late? It's because there's go slow. Why are you late? Your car didn't come in time. All that is... Sorry, I wanted to say something, but I stopped it. It's all excuses. Don't make excuses. The lazy man says, there's a lion outside. I shall be slain in the streets. Don't make excuses. If you want to make an excuse, you will always find a reason to make it. You will always find an excuse. And excellence is not about making excuses. You can't make excuses. You own up. That's one thing that, I think I'm beginning to get through with my leaders. They know I'm not here to hear your excuse. Why did you do something? I don't want them to be telling me excuses. I want them to be telling me, Pastor, I messed up. I will sort it out. And for me, that's done. I don't care what your issues are. As a man or a woman, if you take on responsibility, you can't make excuses. Your system. I was telling the young people, I said, most of you are blaming Nigeria. You are blaming the government. You are blaming this for where Nigeria is. Do you think these guys are going to give you a country? They will never give you a country. You have to get the country yourself. Don't let them kill your own future. A 17-year-old girl led a worldwide protest on climate change. The whole world followed her. And you're telling me that young people don't have power. They have power. If you sit down there and you're waiting for this, don't let me abuse them. These people that we have in government today to give you a future, they will never give you a future. These guys have no heart for people. So you have to take your future. You have to work for it. Don't make excuses. In this same Nigeria, some people are prospering. You want to run over to England and die in the ocean. Stay here and build something. And let the world come and celebrate you here. Where are you running to? In those places, anyway, they're chasing everybody away. Anyway, go to South Africa and they're chasing Nigerians away. No excuses. Everybody say no excuses. Thank God Jesus didn't make an excuse. Imagine Jesus when he got to Gethsemane and he saw the cross. He said, it's going to be too hard. I'm not going to do it. And walks away. You and I are done for. We're finished. Excellent people don't make excuses. Cut it out of your life. Cut it out of it. You know, some people, even before they have not even completed, they have already. No, it's my leader. I walked out. The other day I was at an event. The governor's wife was coming. She told us she will get to us at 10 o'clock in the morning. She didn't arrive until 4. Yes, now, I'm telling you, this is what happened to me. I was so mad. I was so angry with the woman. But she didn't know. I mean, of course, I had to, because I was the MC of the event. So I had to stay there. The whole day was gone. And then she came, she didn't even say sorry. It was like, so what? You wait for me now. I'm the governor's wife. May God have mercy on her. Excellent people are tidy and they are neat. It's a quality of excellent people. You see, what I'm teaching you today, you can go and apply it right now. And it will start to bring results to your life. It's not tomorrow, it's not, you can apply it right now. Excellent people are tidy, they are neat. Jesus, when he rose from the dead, he folded the clothes. Yes, he folded it. Excellent people are not dirty, they are not untidy. Even if they have only one shirt, that one shirt will be washed and starched and ironed. Some of you don't know how to iron. Young guys, you don't know how to iron. You don't know how to wash. You don't know how to, some of you know how to go to barber to cut your hair and look nice on Sunday. But to be honest with you, it's for a fizzy. To be honest, have you ever seen military people? Not Nigerians though, but military people. Everything is starch. Everything. Starch is a very useful thing. Tell your neighbor, buy starch. Starch your clothes. Iron them. Sometimes I look at some of my guys and say, come on man, what's wrong with you? You look like somebody coming from a war. You're not looking like somebody who's coming to church. Put on nice clothes. It doesn't have to be expensive, but it has to be clean and ironed. Wake up in the night, iron your clothes. Be tidy, be neat. Women, do your hair. Don't leave it all over the place, looking like you are some kind of fairy from somewhere. So, I'm sorry, no, we got to be excellent. Then you will say nobody likes me. Of course, how are they going to like you? Because you are not excellent. If you are excellent, they will like you. There's no excellent person that people don't like. And excellence is never ugly. Excellence is always beautiful. Amen? Excellent people are not wasteful. They don't waste things. Jesus said, gather up the fragments. He fed 5,000 people from 5 loaves and 2 fish. He said, gather up the fragments. Don't waste anything. Excellent people don't waste anything.